It's got soul, and it's super bad.
Hello? Want to be a Munchie boy?
Munchie Boys! Yow!
Whoa! Are you kidding me? You gotta be shitting me. Is this Munchie Boy?
This is the Munchie Boys.
What did I do? Call myself and ask if this was the Munchie Boys?
The world famous Munchie Boys, as seen in Omaha magazine.
Oh my gosh, we couldn't tell you before, but that was the big secret, folks.
Yeah.
And then you saw us share the article, and overnight, it turned us into kind of like a really famous duo. You have Batman and Robin. You have
the Jerky Boys. That's basically it. You have the Batman Robin and you have Jerky Boys.
And it's kind of a combination of both of those. And I call Robin.
Oh, well, then I call Batman, but I want to be like crazy, back broken, have to like regain my strength and crawl out of a pit and fight Bane Batman.
You know what's weird is like, I swear we could technically be like some type of duo like that, because after the article came out, the photo of us was you and your DeLorean, me on my juiced Hyper Scorpion electric moped. And it literally does look like we're like, doesn't it look like we are some like weird duo with our vehicles?
We're totally a crazy duo. I mean, we've, the movie offers are rolling in, and not really in yet, but they're rolling, I'm sure, somewhere,
They're rolling.
I mean, if Jerky Boys can get a movie, why can't we get a movie?
Exactly.
That's all we're asking for.
I mean, all we want to do is, we used to want to make movies. Now we just want to star in movies where the whole timeline is us just like going to restaurants and eating. Okay, maybe not.
We just started this whole thing so we could go out and munch, but now I want $1 million.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. This whole like kind of joking about all this bantering. Okay, who's joking? We're serious. But anyway, I was going to say this whole thing is actually making me kind of realize that it should be a movie of us.
Oh yeah.
Somehow like being like this, not superhero duo, but almost like an not anti-hero, but like basically where our thing is just eating. And they're like, why are you trying to make that a superhero duo? All you're doing is going to places and eating.
Should it be like the beginning of Ghostbusters when they decide to like actually start Ghostbusters, when they're like drinking out of a flask in front of the library? They're like, I don't know, Ray. I don't know. We got to do something or whatever,
It could. Well, I mean, I do have this entire glass that's pure vodka on the rocks.
Ooh, and I have this glass that's entirely pure Diet Mountain Dew with no rocks.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay, I need to get a pic of me holding up my vodka and you just holding up your Mountain Dew with no rocks.
There's no rocks.
Okay, hold on. Getting picture now. Getting picture. There. We'll post that picture because that was a moment. Folks, it had to be documented. Must we document everything we do?
We should. We should document more things. We should document things we don't do.
Oh my gosh, speaking of don't do, we installed a tushy on the toilet, if you know what that is. It's a little bidet. And I was about to, after I said must we document everything we do, I almost was going to say document everything we poo. And then I was going to say I put a little GoPro on the tushy nozzle.
You should like...
Okay, that's probably the nastiest thing I've ever said.
I've heard you say nastier, probably. Not by much, though.
Dear God, what is my
bidet to
problem?
you, sir. I said bidet, sir.
I said bidet.
I said bidet, and I get knocked up again. Wait, no. Well, it's not the same thing as a bidet, but I installed a new shower head at my home.
Oh, is that changing your life?
Yeah, I've never changed my shower head, and like it was full of like weird calcified lime and like some kind of Legionnaire's bacteria and all sorts of weird like creepy crawlies. Well, I mean, just really mostly just the lime and calcium, but I got one on a handle, and it's got like the little like the hose, so I can like
where you can actually pull it off. Yeah,
yeah, and it's got pressure. I took the little regulator
Isn't it
out.
crazy? Isn't it crazy when you get something like that, and then you ask yourself, why didn't I just get this earlier? Like, it's not hard.
Yeah, well,
it's not hard to get it.
Here's why I didn't do it earlier, because then we wouldn't be talking about it now.
So you're telling me you did that specifically to talk about it?
Yes, I wasted like 11 years of my life in this stupid house just so I could talk about my shower head changing now.
But here's what I appreciate. Out of all the different fun stuff you have and you get, like synthesizers, pinball machines, other electronics, little toys, Back to the Future stuff. You're still proud of things like the new shower head. And to me, that's cool.
Like literally like a $19 piece of plastic and metal from Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Why didn't I do that sooner?
So what's new? It's been a while.
Well, I don't have a bidet. I should get a bidet. Where did you install it yourself, or do you have like a plumber do it?
I put it in myself, but then I kind of scared myself because you have to attach it to a flex hose and we already had a flex hose running from like the water faucet to the toilet. And they said, if you have a flex hose already, you're fine. So go ahead and attach this. And then I had to put this in-between thing. But when I attached the in-between thing, it pushed down. It like, even with the flex hose, it was so tight in there that I thought I was pushing down on the pipe from the wall because it had a slight downward tilt. And so I was getting worried that I was going to like break the plumbing and like it would flood downstairs or something. So I was getting paranoid. But it seems once I unhooked it, because I was like, I might have to go get another longer flex tube. It seemed like it was already tilted down, and it wasn't because I did that. So I was like, I think it's fine. Anyway, that story's boring.
Yeah, just say the word flex hose a few more times, and I'll be like, it sounds kind of hip hoppy, doesn't it?
But yeah, the bidet is like, I'm kind of in between. Like I've seen people post online like, oh man, the bidet changed my life. Okay, if we're gonna get into the nitty gritty of the bidet, it is nice that you can rinse your butt. Like after letting out.
Yeah.
But here's what I don't like about it. Our water is like freezing cold, especially during winter right now.
Oh, yikes. Yeah.
So literally it was freezing my butt. And then also the thing I didn't like is that I ended up with like water on my nuts. And I just don't like that. Cause like then when you kind of like wipe after that, you have to like dry off your nuts a little bit. Like, okay, people have pushed stop on the podcast already, I think.
Right. Not to like call out names, but I saw on the social media that Dana Murray, band leader, musician, producer.
Yeah, I saw. Yep, I saw that he was one of the people. Yeah.
Had a nice bidet. Was that the kind you got? Like, is that like one like that, or do you got like just like an attachment?
No, some people get some that are like warmed and everything. Ours is literally just Tushy is like, I think, an affordable one that you just hook up to the cold water.
Okay.
And it has a little switch on the side of it, and like, yeah,
well,
it is a popular brand, but.
I'm looking at a website now and it says Tushy for people who poop. So I guess I've got no need for one.
Because you don't.
My body is 99.9% efficient.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the other percentage just like it grows out into your hair and stuff. And then you get a haircut, basically. So. But yeah, but it's all right. Yeah. So that's my review on that is kind of like, okay, I'll use it sometimes maybe. Yeah.
Wow. This is going in
I
new
hurt
directions.
my butt. I literally came out after using it one time and I literally go, oh my God, I hope I didn't hurt my ass. Because it literally, like I turned it full blast and literally it felt like it ripped butt hair off. Like it hurt.
Yikes.
It was like, we must have really high pressure on there or something. Because I should.
And imagine you're going to want the high pressure on that thing. I mean.
Yeah, to like rinse off.
Yikes.
Yeah, I know. But it literally hurt my butt. I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, it sure beats getting a toilet paper cut. That's for sure.
Oh my gosh, I know. Like when you run out and you have to use the little cardboard roll and you're like, oh. You're like, no, I've never had to do that.
So let's see. What's something that's not toilet related we can talk about?
I know exactly. Is this a food podcast or a lube podcast?
We've been trying to get like an episode together for a few days now, but like every place we pick is either like not open or they're closed.
Yeah. So we won't say names yet because we're going to do these places in the future. But I called one place last night and they just literally somebody answered and just said closed today and then hung up. And they were supposed to be open. So we don't know what happened. Maybe it was a COVID scare. Maybe it was, whatever it may be.
Or maybe they were just closed. Maybe it was like a holiday we didn't know about.
Yeah. Maybe they were just like, So. Hey, no hard feelings. I wasn't that mad. I was more food disappointed.
Yeah, and it's one thing to say like, well, should we do something else? Should we go a different place? Well, I really had my mind set on that. And,
and that's what happened is I was like, God, I was in that food mood. I don't want to do something else.
Right, because, know, I mean, it's when you're in a food mood, you don't want to like do anything to like food mood your food mood or mood food.
But I will give a little, and I'm not going to talk too much because we're going to do this on an episode. But as you know, And this is what's funny. We ended up not doing an episode last night, and not getting any food. But Whitney, as I finished up talking to you, and we decided not to do one. I already told you this, but we got 3 happiness.
You did.
Because Whitney called it in. Let me just say, I was very pleased.
On a scale of 1 happiness, 2 happiness, or 3 happiness, where was your food? Where were you at?
Let me just say, I was a 3.5.
Oh, that's a lot of happy.
Although I will say I was annoyed because, and I always get overly annoyed by this. I went in and some stupid young kid came in with his friend, and the Whitney was in there picking up the food, and the one kid had a mask, and then the other kid just didn't care. And so many dumb young kids just don't even get it. They don't care or something And he almost looked like he knew what he was doing, not purposely doing it to make people mad, but just he didn't care.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, it was just stupid. Yeah,
man, you don't want to spoil it for everybody,
Yeah. But I was tempted to be. If people weren't so psycho these days, I was seriously tempted to be like, "Buddy, where's your mask?" When he came out, but he didn't. And
yesterday I had a mods with my parents. We picked up a mods, and we went to Memorial Park and ate a mods on the bench there. And I go in and Ahmad asked if I thought that food was for me, and I'm like, well, no, my parents are in town, and he's like, oh, are they just visiting? Where are they from? And I was like, oh, they're just in Council Bluffs, but they're just in town in Omaha for the day. So he's like, It's like, there's a site in Council Bluffs where you can overlook a hill and see Omaha. I was like, yeah, that's a block from their house. They know that's.
That's awesome. So did you get the Juji kebab and the kebab kubade?
Yeah. I was driving from a meeting, and I was like, wait, which one is the chicken one and which one is the beef one? I'll just order 2 of each, and then I'll sort it out.
Oh, lucky.
Yes.
Lucky little bitch.
So
I don't know why.
What?
Lucky little bit. Lucky little bit. Don't you love when you say something you normally wouldn't say, and then you're like, where did that come from? Lucky little bitch.
Right. Do you ever try to force yourself to say something that you normally wouldn't say, and then it's just something that you would normally say,
oh my gosh, we should turn that into a little talk game. Okay, your turn, and say all right, okay, let's try it. Let's do a 2-minute.
Should we
game.
do swears that aren't really swears?
You can include that, but let's just go in general with something you wouldn't normally say.
All right, giraffe knickers.
Okay, here we go. You 2-bit bobsled dick.
Screwdriver Phillips head. Wait,
I feel like you're just saying regular words.
I'm just looking around and seeing things that
you man, you stupid man. Do you remember that on Hook? When they're saying all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then he goes, "You lewd crude food bracket pre-chewed food dude," or whatever he says. I can never get that right.
All right.
You lewd crude dude bag of pre-chewed food dude, or something like that.
USB digital vector generator.
That's just a part.
Oh yeah, you're right. I got my USB digital vector generator yesterday. That showed up in the mail. The world of boutique arcade stuff is crazy because you basically give some random guy a bunch of money, forget about it for a few months, and then suddenly this thing shows up and you're like, oh, what's this? Oh, that's my digital vector generator. Yeah.
Nice.
And I should probably say flex hose a few more times so it sounds a little more exciting.
And then you got the flex hose. Just start calling your cables flex hoses.
Yeah. But this will allow me to play MAME vector games on a vector monitor. So I could say, there's a vector monitors, let's draw lines, and then there's the raster monitors, which are the typical TV tube monitors that you remember from back in the day. So I could play vector arcade games, basically in MAME effectively on an actual vector display, which is way cool.
That's dope. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a co-host. So what else is new?
We need a button that plays an air horn sound, those are so annoying, but that'd be kind of funny whenever we say something,
Speaking of that, I saw that you can get literally a train horn for your motorcycle, and I was like, that'd be kind of funny to put on the electric moped.
I wonder if I can get a train horn for my DeLorean.
Yeah, I think you could. Wouldn't that be awesome? You just go down the street, you're like, brrr.
Although maybe it like attracts trains, and maybe that's what happened to the DeLorean in Back to the Future 3. It arrived in the 1985, blew its train horn, and then like the ladies' train came in to see what was going on. And
oh my gosh, train horn would be a good character last name.
Jackie Trainhorn.
Yeah, see, or is that already a thing?
Well, Jackie Treehorn was the pornographer in Big Lebowski, but Trainhorn, that's something different. That's something new.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
And it actually sounds like a last name, Trainhorn.
I mean, that's my new, if I ever have to like, bug out, and like take all my arcades and synthesizers and throw them in the back of my van and drive to like Mexico.
You're gonna be somebody Trainhorn.
Yeah, I'm. Let's see, what is that? Let's see, not Miguel Sanchez. What's a good name that kind of rhymes with like Trainhorn? Not rhymes with, but like Lawrence Trainhorn. Thomas. No, Tommy the Train. No,
Warren.
Who?
Warren.
Warren
Trainhorn.
See, Warren's too close to Aaron, and I'll forget that I said Warren, and it'll be like Aaron Trainhorn, and they'll be like, "Wait, didn't you say your name was Warren?" I'll be like, "Yeah, you're right, Warren Gum," and then I'm like, "Wait, then." And then the cover's blown, and then, Anyways, yeah. Trainhorn.
I think. I don't know. That's just a character last name. That's going to be the new last name for something.
That's the new last name.
Yeah, maybe in the headliner feature film, you'll be somebody Trainhorn instead of Guybrush Threepwood.
Oh, yeah. I guess now that Disney owns Lucasfilm, they might eventually like come after people using that name unlicensed.
Guybrush
Threepwood. Can I kind of talk like Sam Elliott? I'm trying to get that Sam Elliott voice going. Yeah. What does Sam Elliott say? Kind of talks like a low voice. He's a cowboy and he's in the know. Yeah, I don't want to make it too Wilford Brimley. That's an easy mistake.
People are gonna mix them up.
Yeah.
But yeah, anywho, you still been using your Instant Pot.
Oh, have I ever, man? I literally haven't left the house in like 3 weeks. I've been Instant Potting every day, except for like when we go to do episodes or when I have to go to a meeting or have to go and get groceries for my Instant Pot. Guess what I made in the Instant Pot today?
What?
Well, you already know about the blueberry muffins.
Yeah.
I was going to try to make blueberry muffins, but instead I made a blueberry cake. But like all the blueberries like fell to the bottom, so it was like a weird blueberry upside down cake.
Oh, weird. Yeah.
And I went to Baker's after our lunch and to get blueberry muffin mix, and they didn't have that Jiffy mix. You know, the Jiffy mix with the little blueberries.
Yeah.
I really wanted that because that's I loved those things when I was a kid.
Is that an old standby?
Yeah, and like, do you know they're not even blueberries?
What?
They're bits of apple that are colored to look like blueberries and flavored look like blueberries.
That's crazy. Does it actually say like? Does it even say it in big letters? Like
not in the package. No, you have to like basically message. I think it's General Mills, and then they say like, "Well, apples are more nutritious," and it's like that's just not true. Actually, blueberries are more nutritious. But, anyways.
That is nuts. No, it's not nuts. It's apples.
Oh, apples to nuts.
Anyway.
So anyways, yeah, I made that, and then I made a cornbread, and I made a chili a few days ago, so I've been like eating chili every day since then, and it's just like I still have like enough chili to like last the rest of my life if I die tomorrow. So
chili is so freaking good. Do you always make ground beef?
Yeah, so I have the chili, and I've got like some cheddar cheese to put on the chili, and then I've got the cornbread to eat with the chili. So I made the cornbread. I made half my cornbread in the air fryer and half my cornbread in the Instant Pot.
Nice.
And just to kind of like see which one was the better one. And the air fryer, of course, air fried it, and it's kind of hot and crispy and looks more like an actual cornbread muffin.
Uh-huh.
Whereas the stuff in the Instant Pot is like a giant, like weird gelatinous blob of like cornbread.
Oh, like it was super moist, like almost like soft cake.
Yeah,
or something.
It didn't quite work the way that it did.
Did you like the air fryer better?
Oh yeah, for the cornbread, definitely air fryer.
Here's what's weird though is like so the Instant Pot isn't like something like a cornbread, like isn't that one of the things it's supposed to be able to do?
Yeah, and it's not that it can't do it. It's just that the one that I did, the way that I did it, and then versus the air fryer is, yeah. Live and learn.
Nice. Well, anyway, should we move on to the restaurant portion of this program?
Speaking of cornbread, yes. Where did we go today?
We went to Big Mama's Kitchen.
And catering. Woo!
Yeah. And we know how Aaron feels about whenever there's catering in the name.
Whenever I hear the word catering in your name, I think, like, is this a catering place? Are we going to get, like, giant troughs of catering food? But no.
Let me give you equivalent of what Aaron feels, because I think I can sum it up in a different phrase, in a different marketplace, and a different career. It would be like if it said Aaron Gum, filmmaker and videographer. It's kind of like a thing where it's like catering makes it sound like maybe not as artisan, or it sounds a little cheaper or something. I don't know. What is it? Because this happened with Pim's Thai Kitchen and Catering.
Don't say the V word, Tony. We don't use that word.
What was
but you're
that
right.
Again?
The videographer.
Oh yeah, I know, but that's my point. That's the thing. Like,
that's like calling like a strap-on synthesizer like a keytar. It's like, well,
or like a strap-on dildo, a vibrator.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
I don't know why I said.
But
vibrator.
anyways, yeah, like Pim's Thai Catering, and it was like, it's catering. I mean, it's not gonna, but it would turn out to be really good.
I think, Pim's ended up awesome. So when we saw catering, when we saw Big Mama's Kitchen and catering, we were like, okay, don't get worried, We're used to that catering name.
No, but we knew Big Mama's was gonna be good.
Yeah, because we've already been there. B, we knew other word of mouth that said that it was awesome. So. Let's dive into what we dove into. You want to?
Diving in. All right. Well, guess what I got, Tony?
What? Give me the rundown.
I got the 4-piece chicken dinner.
Oh my, I didn't even know you got the 4.
With the cornbread and the mac and cheese as my side.
Ooh, did you get any extra sides or did you just get that?
I did not.
You were like Tony, I got the 4-piece.
I've been like, I still have like another like day of chili that I've got to eat up in the next day. So I didn't want to go too crazy, says the guy who made chili and blueberry muffins today since eating at Big Mama's Kitchen.
So before we start, okay, you gave us the rundown. I'm going to do a really quick. Do you have the website pulled up by chance or no?
I have like that article you sent me.
Okay. I was going to read our story real quick. Big Mama's Kitchen and Catering is a family-owned and operated business specializing in soul food and traditional American cuisine. We offer a unique variety of delicious home-cooked appetizers, entrees, and desserts. But we're best known for our famous oven-fried chicken and our delectable sweet potato pie ice cream. Our catering service began over 40 years ago as part of the I'll read that. I was going to say, because I thought it was going to dive into catering, but I think it'll be more stuff. So anyway, began over 40 years ago as part-time home-based business in the kitchen of founder Patricia Big Mama Barron, acquiring her desire to cook for her beloved grandmother Lily. Big Mama always wanted to own her own restaurant, and in December of 2007, at the age of 62, she opened the doors of her first restaurant, Big Mama's Kitchen and Catering, uniquely located in the cafeteria of an old school formerly known as the Nebraska School for the Deaf. In March of 2018, at the age of 76, Big Mama was called home to be with Jesus. Her legacy of good food, community, and second chances will not be forgotten, as her family is committed to growing and expanding the rich heritage she created for them with the relocation of the original restaurant to the Highlander neighborhood in January of 2020.
That's a wonderful story. That's wonderful. Hopefully she's making some good food for this Jesus character, because I'm sure he would love it.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I wanted to read the entire thing. Usually I'll just, cut part of the story off because I'm like, okay. But this one was, I think, a little bit more important.
But I mentioned what I had. What did you have?
Oh, my gosh. Are you asking me to dive into what we dove into?
Tony, you've walked up the steps. You're on the board. You're jumping. Go dive in, Tony. Dive in.
The diving board. I dive face first into the cold waters. Okay, so first I'll just get the disappointment out of the way. I'm looking at a menu now on appetizers that says corn cheddar bites. I was wanting those, and they didn't have it on the menu.
They didn't have those on the menu.
They didn't have it on the online menu when it says to order. So, okay, here's what we ended up doing. I personally got the 2 fish meal. So it was 2 pieces of fish. I'm trying to see if it like gives any details. Let's see here. Come on. I'm going to go to order online so I can see. Main menu, catering home. Where's order online? Maybe it's just not available right now.
Actually, I'm on the order online. I don't know.
Why can't I get on there?
I don't know. I want
to. Where's order?
If you go to the website and you click on order online from the homepage.
Oh, okay. I wasn't on.
Yeah, you just got to click on the order online part.
I wasn't on the homepage. I was on the menu. Here we go. So, listen to what we got. I got the 2-piece fish meal.
Yeah.
Catfish. Okay. Dusted with the perfect mix of cornmeal, corn flour, and spices, fried to golden perfection in 100% peanut oil.
Ooh.
Served with pickles and Big Mama's homemade tartar sauce, served with one side and cornbread. And you want to know what my side was?
Let me guess. No, what'd you get?
Mac and cheese.
Oh, yeah, I got the mac and cheese too, dude.
And then it came with that little square of cornbread, and it was oh so lovely. And here's what I thought of the fish, even to go, because we always have to account for things being to go. Things that are fried don't always hold up perfectly to go because they get a little soggy. I literally thought the fish was absolutely amazing. It was the perfect, like, therapeutic, like, plank of fish with, like, the dusting of, like they said, the perfect mix of cornmeal, flour, and spices, fried to golden perfection.
Yeah,
but it was nice. It was nice and lovely.
I'll read the description of my 4-piece oven chicken that I got.
Yeah.
You won't believe. Actually, should I do it more like a? You won't
do
believe.
it like a wrestling, like the wrestling.
Oh, see, I was gonna try to do it like Sam Elliott, but I'll do it more like a. Oh, okay. You won't believe. I don't know. I'll just do it in my own way, Tony. Don't tell me what I'm doing.
Okay.
You won't believe this chicken is fried in the oven. Marinated in a blend of seasonings that has been in Big Mama's family for over 100 years. Dusted with flour and oven fried to perfection. I just said perfection. Served with one side and cornbread. Featured on diners, drive-ins, and dives, and dragons, and dungeons. And the Travel Channel.
What are those ones?
Oh, I think I added some extra D&Ds there to that one. That's what it was. Man,
but anyway, so yeah, the 2-piece fish meal with the macaroni as the side. Here's the thing. I always get a little worried because a lot of places have mac and cheese, but when I dove into that mac, it was still hot. Even when I got home, it was still nice and warm, and it was a very lovely mac and cheese. It wasn't bloated. It was a nice, rich. It was actually a rich sauce. It wasn't just like a cheap, thin, like. A lot of times I'll get mac and cheese and there's literally no like tanginess to the cheese. It's just kind of bland and like whatever. But this actually had like a very rich cheese taste, and the noodles were cooked to perfection.
Perfection, as I call them.
Convection.
Yeah.
The cornbread was good. The cornbread was a good cornbread.
It was a good cornbread. It was like sweet and like savory and
but still like that perfect dryness. It wasn't like just cakey. Like it didn't taste like cake.
I can tell you this, it wasn't cooked in no air fryer.
And then guess what else we got? So when Whitney got a side of greens, and I took a bite, and those were so freaking lovely. But then guess what else? Tender breaded okra with Big Mama's plum sauce for dipping or ranch dressing. So we got the fried okra with the plum sauce.
That sounds good.
It was so lovely. The plum is a little bit sweet for me. Like I thought it was really good, but I'm more of like a hot sauce guy. So I started dipping the rest of them in the hot sauce.
Tony stuck in his thumb and he pulled out a plum and said, "My."
But here's the thing: I branched out. I tried the plum sauce.
Yeah,
and it was pretty plum good. But I like the hot sauce. Yeah, the hot sauce they have. The only even slight complaint I could have was that I actually wanted a large hot sauce.
I could have given you my hot sauce. I mean, the hot sauce was good. It was like kind of like a Frank's or something, but like.
Well, here's the other thing. That's not really a complaint because I have hot sauce at home. Like, if I really
get
wanted
your
more,
own
I could
hot
just
sauce,
go get it.
Tony.
You're like, they gave you the amount that you paid for, okay? Like,
yeah.
But yeah,
the way
so
that
it was good.
Their online order system is nice, but there was some we had some questions on the ordering. But for example, when you're ordering the chicken, you can order like breast, thigh, wing, and leg, or you can order like 2 thighs and 2 legs. And then you can pick your side, and it's nice because it says it looks like required options are missing before you can add the item to your cart. So you have to make sure you actually pick all the things that you want. And if you can get extra dips, you can add plum sauce for 85 cents, Tony. But here's what's funny. If you can add chicken, you can add like a piece of chicken to it.
Yeah.
But to add a breast to your 4-piece chicken dinner, $5.
Yeah, that's expensive, kind of.
And the dinner's $15. So for $10 more, you can just buy.
So here is the thing I will say: it's no cheap feat to go here. And I'm not saying it's super expensive, but so the 2-piece catfish dinner, so that comes with 1 side and 1 bread. If you asked me to guess how much that would cost when we went there, I would say $8.99. No, not $8.99. I'd say maybe $10.99 or like maybe $9.99 or something. It's $13.
Yeah.
So it's not insane. And honestly, like, obviously I want them to do well, especially during COVID and stuff. But it's not, and I didn't think of this as an expensive place, but now that I'm looking in hindsight, I'm like, damn, it is kind of expensive. Because like when we go to Lalibela, like my entire giant meal of the combo is, I think, $13.99. Like,
yeah, and you also feel like you've eaten enough for like 3 days when you walk out of there.
Yeah, are we just getting spoiled? Because like when we used to go to like Flavors, used to go to Flavors, we would pay like $11.99 for an endless buffet.
Oh my gosh, I missed that buffet. I love Flavors.
Do you realize that after COVID, like we're literally gonna gorge at Flavors?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. But if I survive my instant potting,
you're like, Tony. No, you in the new year we're gonna get completely in shape. And
but here's the weird thing, though. Like, as Americans, we have an idea of like what chicken is. We have the Colonel's chicken. We have like the Popeyes chicken. There's all these different chickens.
Grocery stores. Honestly, I'm more used to grocery store fried chicken.
But like all those chickens, no matter like whether it's like fast food or grocery store, they all have like the same kind of like thick, deep fried, type look and flavor and texture to them like that. Big Mama's, though, on the other hand, it's definitely much more like something like your grandma would have made, where it's actually like a hand bread, hand light bread kind of thing, and fried in the oven. I'm not sure how do you fry chicken in the oven? I don't know.
I think that just means like, it would be like on a sheet, like a baking sheet, and then there's oil, so it's technically frying still, but it's technically, I think that would be baked, but since it's frying in oil, maybe like it's frying on the pan in the oven.
It's definitely a completely different texture and taste than you would get from virtually anywhere else, at least any of the mainstream fast food kind of chicken places.
Yeah. So how would you describe that? Like, it's not as crispy on the outside?
Well, no, it's crispy. It's just not that like weird thick, like, like it's like its own like crisp. It's like a light, fluffy crispness to it.
Oh, okay. Like,
it's like, you can just, it says dusted with flour and oven fried to perfection. You can definitely see where it's dusted with flour and oven fried to perfection, because it's got like it's just like a certain light, seasoned, flavorful thing. It's not like, like if I've got a bucket of Colonel chicken, I'm going to bite into it.
And it's a bunch of crispiness
crust
on the outside.
Definitely crispy. Yeah, it's not crispy. It's just that it's definitely, it's much more of it's a unique fried chicken that you don't see every day.
Did you love it? Did you wish you had a breast? What was your whole takeaway from that chicken?
I did have a breast. I mean, it was a 4-piece.
Oh, you did? I didn't know you got one.
I had a breast, I had a leg, I had a thigh, I had a wing.
Ooh, you had the whole gamut. You had the gamut.
And I loved it. Yeah, I would totally go back and get the chicken again. I've had the chicken before, but I mean, many, many years ago, and back when it was in the old cafeteria from the school, and I would totally get it again. Yeah. It was good.
Yeah, I had only been there, I think, once at the school. But yeah, I remembered liking it, and then this time it was absolutely. I think I went with the right thing with the fish, though.
I should have tried the fish. There's a few places that we should try fish more often. I don't know. We don't really do fish for on Munchie Boys things, do we?
No, what we should do? We should start doing some special programming where where we go to 3 or 4 places just for a certain type of thing, and make do a rundown of a certain type of thing, like fish We'd be like Dire Lion's fish, Big Mama's fish, all these other fishes in the sea.
Yeah.
And then your fish in the Instant Pot.
Well, one of my favorite fish places is Get and Go on 24th Street. I definitely think we should do that soon.
Should we get it and go?
We should totally get it and go.
That'd be great.
Because I mean, they had the whole Get and Go thing down way before, like COVID made it like a necessity to get your food and go. It was like
they were like, "This is what we want you to do. We want you to get it and then get the out of here."
But the guy who owns it's great. I shot music videos for him in that place back like nearly 20 years ago. Actually, it was just crazy to think that I've been shooting music videos for like Omaha rappers for that long. But
isn't that nuts?
20 years. What the heck?
That's
How is
legacy.
that possible?
That's an Omaha legacy.
Yes.
What if you're like, Omaha? No, this branched out wider than that.
But one of the videos was called Fish Frying.
That's awesome.
And when I was doing his album cover, I was looking at his handwriting, and I said, I thought, well, certainly he's not writing about fish frying. Is that fist frying? And he's like, no, man, that's fish frying.
Nice.
You know
what's funny? I literally put in your name and Googled that to try to see if I could find the video.
You probably can't. I don't know if it's online. It would be Flo Easy is the artist name, but Darrell Ford still runs Get and Go. I really should get there more often because he's a really, really good guy. He's a really total entrepreneur type, and really good stuff. The really good kind of along the lines of like the Big Mama's Kitchen, where you're getting like, this is somebody actually making the stuff. That's not just like open the box of like, food product and kind of throwing it in the fryer and saying, here, this is what you're going to get.
Handmade. Hey, speaking of talking about Big Mamas, random review. Hi, Miss Vicky. Thank you so much for thinking of us while you're in town. Please note that unlike large chain restaurants, we make our food day. Oh, that's I'm a freaking idiot. I was just reading a response.
Oh.
Okay. Sorry. Scratch that. Local random review. My boyfriend and I went to Big Mama's Kitchen for the first time today, but it definitely will not be our last. After my first bite of the oven fried chicken, I knew it was the best chicken I'd ever had in my life. Everything about my meal was amazing. The staff was friendly and the atmosphere was nice. Can't wait to go again. Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay.
Here's another one. Random review. Awesome staff. The chicken is bomb. Perfect texture and full of flavor. The sweet potato cheesecake is so good. The crust chews like a soft cookie and the filling is like mousse. Divine. 9 thumbs up.
Random Stephen Hawking quote. I am just a child who has never grown up.
Isn't that all of us? Or
yes.
is it just us?
It's just Stephen Hawking and us.
That's why I love those memes where it says like everyone else and it's like them taking pictures of their kids and then it says me and it's like you posted like you taking a picture of a synth module or whatever. Yeah.
I should do another one with my Instant Pot recipes.
That's so funny. But yeah, so back to the Big Mom. Whitney got the 2-piece chicken with the mac and cheese like us. And then she got the side of greens and then she had some of the fried okra with me. And she also got, I forgot to mention this. She got a special drink, which I'm pulling up now, and I'm killing time to find it. She got the peach lemonade pint.
Ooh, I should have got some lemonade.
Amazing? Yeah, peach lemonade.
I didn't even click the beverages thing. I just figured, I should have done that. Lemonade sounds good. I like lemonade. I do love lemonade.
Yeah. You gotta love lemonade,
To me, the 2-piece for $11 seems like a total... well, not scam, but it just seems like, why would you get the 2-piece for $11 and you can get 4 pieces for $15?
Yeah. I love how I always just go, like when I'm reading stuff. Yeah. Like I have to agree. I have to just agree. Okay. One last bit of legacy. Okay. There's one more thing to read here.
Yikes.
And then we'll be done with legacy. About Big Mama. Patricia Big Mama Barron acquired her passion for cooking as a child in the kitchen of her beloved grandmother Lily. Our catering service originated over 30 years ago as part-time home-based business operating out of Big Mama's own home kitchen. But the demand for Big Mama's tasty brand of cooking grew beyond the confines of that room. And in December of 2007, we opened the doors of the full-service kitchen, restaurant, banquet facility, and we named our business in tribute to that place where it all started. On Good Friday, March 30th, 2018, the Lord... Oh, so this is kind of the same, but it's not exactly what I read before. Big Mama's last wish was for her daughters and family to carry on her passion for serving delicious soul food from Big Mama's kitchen, which she dearly loved. The legacy will continue on through future generations.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, and it's a great legacy, and I'm glad it's going to continue because, we got a munch. I'm looking at their general store, the Big Mama's general store. You can get their no salt seasoning. You can buy cornbread. I could have bought Big Mama's cornbread mix. The cornbread I made in my oven.
You can buy the mix.
I could have actually bought their mix.
And then you could have made that in the Instant Pot or on the air fryer.
Yeah, that'd be way better than like Jiffy, I'd imagine.
Dang it. Random review. Warm, friendly atmosphere and great food. I tried the catfish sandwich over fried chicken, smoked wings, sweet potato cheesecake, greens, and sweet potato pudding. The place was hard to find, but I persisted and wasn't disappointed. I didn't enjoy the oven fried chicken as much as the regular fried chicken, but it wasn't bad. More like a crusty baked chicken. The greens were as good as I've ever had, and the sweet potato pudding was fantastic. The catfish sandwich was great, crispy and moist, and after sitting for about 10 minutes while I ate my chicken, still hot enough to burn my mouth. The wings were smoky, juicy, and tender. I tried the regular barbecue sauce, which was good, although they have a hotter Afro sauce. The cheesecake was good, but not great. All right.
Okay.
Anyway, that was overall pretty good.
All right, and I got a random Stephen Hawking quote. Life would be tragic if it weren't funny.
That's true. You got to just keep laughing. You
look on the sunny side or the bright side or the whatever side.
Look a little on the sunny side.
You can buy an oven mitt set and an apron. I could buy a cutting board. I could buy a Big Mama's cutting board.
That'd be cool.
Why do they have a cutting board for sale on their general store? I don't know, but I'm curious. That review mentioned
merch. It's just merch.
That review mentioned it was hard to find. Should we talk about trying to find it?
Yes. Okay. So when I got there to the Highlander complex, I pulled in down below where Hardy Coffee is because that's kind of the main entryway where I was used to kind of going to Hardy and stuff. So I was like, maybe I'll see it in there because that's where the maps kind of led me to. So I pulled in there and I was like, oh, I don't see a storefront or anything. So I was like, damn it. So but then I saw that there was like that spot up on, was it Patrick Street or something? It's
yes,
a street,
Patrick.
One block to the south of there is another street called Patrick where there's some more entryways. And then there was actually signs that say like park here for takeout or a curbside delivery. So I actually called I called Big Mama's and the girl said, oh yeah, 29th and Patrick. But then I was like, wait a minute. Like I was like, oh, thanks. Okay, bye. So then I went over across Patrick there is no 29th. It's like almost like a dead end across to the east of 30th. And I was like, I wonder why she said 29th. Because like, that wasn't right. I think, you know what I think she did? And I do this all the time. I think she was thinking like one block up from 30th. But
right.
Instead of saying like 31st almost, she said 29th. And I've done that too. But because that was where we needed to go, everybody. So if you pick up, it is on Patrick Street, but it's on the west side of 30th.
So yeah, we weren't sure if we were we knew we were in the right general place, but we weren't sure if we were at the right spot to get to. And then I looked over and I was like, oh, there's a giant banner there that says, Big Mama's pick up.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, damn, I guess there is a big old thing.
But we didn't see any signage on the building, so hopefully they get something up soon because...
Yeah, and then when I called the second time, I said, we're actually like on the west side. I was like, we're at where there's the orange signs that say curbside on the west side of 30th on Patrick. And she's like, oh, yeah, that's perfect. So then, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, to make a long story short, it all worked out.
It all worked out.
It all worked out in the end. Yeah.
Working out. Yeah.
But anyway, I was completely satisfied with my meal. I was like, oh, you'll see the pictures. I put a pickle on bites until I was out of pickles. I put a pickle on my bite and I dipped it in that homemade tartar sauce.
And we ate on your porch. And I was like, Tony, where'd you get a pickle?
And I was like, it's all part of the fish meal. And you were like, damn.
It's like, fish meal? I don't even, I'm not a pickle person, but you got a pickle. And I didn't.
Lucky. Anyway, so what do you think overall? What's your synopsis?
I like it. I'm glad that Big Mama's Kitchen's still a thing, and plus their new location is not only, besides our difficulty in finding it, it's still easier to find than trying to go to that the Nebraska School for the Deaf location. And it's only like 1 mile north from my house, so it's like a 3-minute drive, and I could get Big Mama's Kitchen any day.
Yep, exactly. You're close to there. And then also I will say, and me and Aaron are sticklers for this, I didn't mind the packaging. Like, so I mean, what was it was actually like pretty cool packaging. It was the nice big brown paper bag with the logo printed on it with like a stamp.
Yeah, everything's
stamped. And then weren't the main entrees in like a nice big
cardboard box? Yeah, cardboard box.
Like a nice cardboard box, and then
with the picnic table crisscross checkered pattern.
Argyle.
Inserts, so it kind of feels.
Wait, maybe that's not Argyle.
That's not quite Argyle. That's more of a
checkered. Yeah,
checker. Yeah,
the red and white checkered paper in there, and then it's on the nice big wide cardboard box with like I think the Big Mama stamp is on that too on each box.
The Big Mama stamp is on that. I took a picture of that. Yeah.
And then the sides are in a nice little cardboard cup with a plastic lid. Like those were actually pretty nice, therapeutic little to-go containers. And then the fried okra was just in a small little foam box, but that's okay. It wasn't quite as cool as the other ones, but yeah, so it was a pretty therapeutic, like they gave us a nice plasticware and some napkins. They didn't forget any of that. They put all the hot sauces in the containers.
Yep.
Yeah, good packaging. Overall, a good experience. I have no complaints. Everything held.
Butter for the cornbread.
Yep, everything held up on the trip home. It wasn't like one of those soggy situations where you get home and you're like, this does not hold up.
And I brought some local honey over for us to put on our food.
Yeah,
on the rolls.
He brought honey, and I thank him very much for that honey because that really made it for the cornbread.
Honey.
Oh man, I wonder synth-wise what we're gonna pull together for this episode.
Well, I was looking on Facebook the other day, and yesterday was the 9-year anniversary of when I found my 1975 Moog Mini Moog.
Whoa!
At Caveman Vintage Music in Chinatown in Los Angeles.
Whoa! So are you thinking of bumping that?
I mean, the Mini Moog is kind of like the Big Mama of the music world. I mean, like when it came out in the 70s and was used by all the rockers and used by the new wave people like Gary Newman and used by like Parliament and P-Funk, and it kind of shook things up a bit. So I have that, and my Moog the Coder showed up, a few weeks back. So maybe that's what we should do. Get some Mini Moog and some Moog the Coder.
What if you make this an overall Mooggy recording?
Because we kind of did the Moog clone modules, like once, and now we'll do the Mini Moog. Yeah. 3 oscillators and oven fried to perfection. Or perfection.
Ooh, yeah. We went to Big Mama's Kitchen and Catering. We got some food, and it was so good. Playing with my Mini Moog, my mini Moog. Playing with my Mini Moog, my mini Moog, my mini Moog. And my Moog the Coder, my Mini Moog, my mini Moog, my Mini Moog, and my mini Moog, my Mini Moog.
Mini Moog, man. Analog, vintage, 70s. Is there anything this doesn't do?
Okay, after I heard that, I realized I have to get that on my next album.
You would totally love to have some Mini Moog on your album, wouldn't you, Tony?
Yes. Will you do that on my next album? What if you're like, well, you can come over and just record it yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'll write you an IOU Mini Moog on your album.
Nice.
Are you working on your album, Tony?
No, I haven't made an album in 6 years now.
Well, it's about time. Start working on your album.
I need to get back to it. Maybe I'll actually be able to make a new album now. I don't know.
Yes.
Sweet. Well, cool, man. We have some ideas for our next episode. We're not going to give any clues, but I just want you to know that it's going to be fun. So.
Oh, we can't give any clues? Oh, man.
No, just that it's going to be fun.
The clues are really delicious, though. Hopefully that doesn't give it away.
Let me give another clue. It's about food.
Until then, we'll see you on the pages of Omaha Magazine.
Absolutely. Go check out that newest issue.
I do want to point out one thing, though.
What?
In our article in Omaha Magazine, Daisy mentions that Aaron Gum is a bachelor with no stove. I want to state, officially for the record,
he has a stove.
I have a stove. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So...
And then there was something else that was worded like slightly wrong, which was it made it look like Derek joined us to eat.
Oh, well, yeah.
But that does I don't know why I thought of that. I mean, we would
totally
have him join us.
We need to have Derek join us. I mean, that would be awesome. I've had the pleasure of dining with Derek before, and it's a good time.
Dining with Derek, that's the next short film.
And I do have a stove. It's just there's the flex hose has a hole in it that would spew gas and explode if I were to actually run gas to it.
Tushy.
Sponsored
by them. Okay,
all
no,
right.
we're not.
We should. Can we get a sponsor for Tushy?
Oh my God, I know. We should be sponsored after we went into detail like that.
Yeah, I mean,
they'll be like, "No, Tony, you said it was too cold on your butt."
Yeah.
And I'll be like, "Yeah, but that's a temperature thing, not a Tushy thing."
You've ruined our chances for sponsorship. Maybe the people at like Manscaped will they need to sponsor anybody. All right. Well, that's enough for this episode.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later and...
Mache.
Mache boys!